So I was on the internet minding my business, being nosy, and I bumped into Dana's channel. Okay, I clicked on it, and baby, I was not disappointed because she delivered. She dropped some popping hot tea. Did y'all know her and Dolores don't get along? They have beef. And I was like, what? Dolores is like, I never trusted her. She tells us that Dolores and Teresa were never friends like that. Even though they knew each other from childhood, they were not friends like that. They started like becoming friends when they started filming the show. So, yeah, I never trusted Dolores. No wonder why her loyalty is like flip floppish. Okay, she's a flip flopper. I call her bored Loris. Bored and Loris. She's boring. Okay, she talks. So she Dana also talks about the seating arrangement at the engagement party, proving again that the Gorgas are liars. And she explained and she tells us why she did not attend the wedding. And it had nothing to do with what little bitch boy was talking about. So you guys check out the video. I know it's 7 minutes long, but I promise it's some good tea. Check it out.
I told Dave, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. We'll go to the wedding and I have time to prepare for it, but I can't do the engagement party. So anyway, she called me and she's like, no, you're coming. This is part of your therapy. You are coming to New Jersey and this is a great reason and you're going to be safe. And I promise you're going to be fine. So I was like, okay, fine. Now I was thinking it was going to be like a big engagement party. So then I hear it's going to be a little intimate dinner. So
was that better?
I mean, it was better in a way where like a lot of people wouldn't know about it. Whereas like that's what kind of worries me is like when everyone knows something's going on, everyone knows I'm going to be in New Jersey. But when I thought it was going to be a small thing, like right away, I know she's, filming and she's been closer to Dolores. And let me first say that Dolores and I have been in the same room since our falling out of friendship. We didn't have this huge fight. We both saw each other at Teresa's mother's funeral. We were so nice to each other. As a matter of fact, she was talking about Frankie. Little Frankie was doing something in California. I said, let him stay with me. She met Dave. It was very cordial, very nice. I was happy to pick up where we left off. Yeah, it was fine.
It was not a big deal.
No. And I saw her one other time, I guess at Lauren's wedding before I left abruptly. But I saw her there. And again, very nice, very cordial. So it's not about me and Dolores needing to be in the same room and what's going to go down. I think Dolores and I are very much the same way in that we're not going to make a scene. We put Teresa first. It's not about that. It's just about, I was really uncomfortable, being on the East Coast for an event like that. And it was the first time I had been back since my dad died. He died in 2020, April 2020.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to go visit his gravesite and I wanted to go see my mom the first time I saw her since my dad died. So I knew it was going to be a very emotionally charged trip.
There's a lot going on.
And I cried for like the 2 days going into it up to if you look at pictures of the engagement party, I was just like somber. It was just like a very
oh my god,
it was just like
went to my dad's grave, granted there's a lot. Yeah. Okay, so the Dolores piece wasn't your biggest problem.
Dolores piece wasn't the biggest problem, but it was there. So I did say to her when I found out it was going to be a very small intimate party, and she was saying like, oh, the girls from the show are going to be there, and what people don't understand is, yes, her and Dolores have known each other for 20 some odd years, but they weren't friends. Like Teresa and I have been friends. They were acquaintances and they became close once she started filming for the show again. Much like, Teresa and I discussed on my episode. But Teresa and I are like friends and have been friends since we're 20 something years old. Her daughter's godmother. Dave and Louie are very close. And at that time, I assumed she knew that they wanted Dave and I in the engagement party and the wedding party as well.
Okay, right.
So I said to her again, T, I know I said this before, and I'm not going to lie. It wasn't just this. It was, again, my fears were coming up. And I said, listen, there's some people that are very intertwined in the Manzo family. And, Dolores and her family are very much intertwined. And I don't feel comfortable with that. I just don't feel comfortable with that.
Right. And given everything else that's going on. Okay.
So I said, I 1,000% want you to have everyone that you want there. I'm going to bow out. I really wanted to bow out at that point. And I'm like, Teresa, please, I was at your engagement. I will be at the wedding. And she she was like, okay. So then she spoke to Louie and she called me back. She's like, Lou and I just discuss it. And you and Dave are close to both of us. And this is where the piece at the reunion comes in. She was like, we really want people there that know both of us and love both of us. At the wedding, we'll have everyone's individual. Dolores only met Louie a couple of times. They like each other, but they're not close. We never double dated. Nothing.
Right.
So that's where that aspect of the reunion came in.
Okay.
So she was like, we discussed it and we really want you and Dave there, and Dolores will understand. So that's the story.
Yeah, it's Teresa's choice at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, okay. So it wasn't you. You didn't.
No. It wasn't anyone. It wasn't Dolores. It wasn't
like a lot of
Teresa.
things
It was a lot
going
of things.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's always hard with those events because people have to consider, if I invite this one, then I have to invite these people. And then it's like
2 tables.
it
was
especially when it's small. It's like, you really
and that's
have
another
to
thing that I'm gonna support Teresa on. And I'm not a Teresa like kiss ass. Lexi, stop FaceTiming. Look.
Oh, it's like we're on Latte Larry's again.
We are filming an episode.
Wow.
All right, I'll call you back.
I feel like you said,
I
think that Lexi sensed that we were podcasting without her and she was like aggressively trying to join in.
Oh no, that's my next call, Lexi. We're scheduling for June. You're going to be on.
Yeah, we want to tell all, a Lexi tell all.
She has a very busy schedule. Okay. Love you. Peace. She has a very busy schedule. So anyway, Melissa was saying, first of all, Melissa, that was not cool that she brought it up at the reunion.
Brought up Teresa's engagement party?
Yes. Because I again, didn't watch, people send me clips where she was like, oh, not invite Dolores, out of blue, like knew it was a tender subject.
Yeah, just whatever. Like it was just not
it
cool.
had
already been dealt with.
And there were 2 tables, 2 long tables, and Teresa did not throw this party. I believe it was Louie's assistant, who's lovely, Jessica. We love her. She's amazing. That coordinated the whole thing.
Okay.
So she was just kind of putting the family together. Dave and I, again, Louie and Dave, Dave's in the bridal party. So that's, I think, why we were at the main table. And it was.
Oh, so they were talking about the seating arrangements and everything.
Melissa was at the next table. It was only 2 tables. So like, what are you going to stack everybody on top of each other?
So Melissa was mad about her seating.
Yes. That she wasn't. Yes. So Teresa didn't, from what I understand, Teresa had nothing to do with this party. She showed up. There was rumors that I threw the party. I did not throw the party. I had nothing to do with it. I showed up. It was a lovely dinner. But we showed up. We actually went to the wrong restaurant first, Dave and I. We were like, is there?
You're like, where's everybody?
Anyway, next question.
Okay. All right. Well,
wait, were we still finishing that?
I think that was the scoop with Teresa's engagement party with Dolores.
Yeah,
I think
you
answered it.
At the end of the day, it's her freaking party. She can invite whoever she wants and disinvite whoever she wants. Stop giving people a hard time about their parties. It's their party.
I know, and it is really obnoxious because it's expensive at a certain point too. Like you can't invite everyone you ever met, especially Teresa knows so many people.
She wanted it meaningful. She wanted it like for her and Louie.
Right.
So,
I mean, that's a good point that you guys know them as a couple.
Yes.
And that's like a big part of the
and so did everybody else in that room knows them as a couple.
Sounds like a reasonable outcome. Was Dolores mad about it? Like I don't even know anything about
I think the latest thing is that she said
insulted?
her feelings were hurt.
Okay. And so, but are her and Teresa still friends?
Yes.
They're still okay. So they didn't like have a big falling out or anything. Here's a little softball question for you. What was your favorite part of being on the Housewives?
My favorite part. We did some fun stuff. Like I liked